because we will build a Gutterborn scum. Okay, this is where I will definitely be going step by step. I will be giving you page numbers so you know where to go, as I always do. And of course, my suggestion to you is make sure that you've got everything sort of lined up, ready to go. Why is YouTube taking so long to get this going? Is it still trying to connect? No? Yes? Yes? No? Usually I can just hear stuff, and now I can't hear anything. Okay, there we go. All right, now I can see things moving. Right, let's put this poll up. Okay, grab some food, some drink. Make sure you have dice. You will need dice today. Okay, we're going to be getting you to roll some dice. You're going to need all your dice. D10, D6, okay, a bunch of dice. Make sure you have them ready to go. Anyway, that's that. We're going to get straight into this. Let's talk about the Doom Metal game. Let's build a character for the Doom Metal game. Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about role-playing games. We're going to go Doom Metal today. Doom Metal, that's right. We're going to go MORK BORG. For those of you who have no idea what MORK BORG is, imagine that you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, but you couldn't understand how to read the book. Because it's quite possible that you wouldn't be able to understand how to read this book. It's actually quite complicated because the layout is so crazy. But if you would want to play this game because it's dark, gritty, death is on the cards, and it's got some just bat crazy artwork in it, and the world itself is nuts. And it's also a really simple game. It's not a complicated game, but it's got lots of options, lots of things that you can do. So I thought it would be nice to actually go through and build a Gutterborn scum. I imagine when you were thinking about playing a role-playing game, the first thing you thought is, I really want to play a Gutterborn scum. Someone who has nothing, that just wades around in the sewers and the gutters and really has no sort of prospects whatsoever. That's the sort of thing you really wanted to play. And MORK BORG has decided that that's a character class in this game. Okay, so I know that sounds really strange, what I was saying, but seriously, that's what it kind of feels like. The difference is the Gutterborn scum is actually a spellcaster. You actually get to cast spells. You actually get to make spells. We usually start off, when I do these things, is let's create a character name. So hashtag, what is the character's name? Okay, give me some suggestions. Fred Huber, thank you for being here. Fred Huber is a patron, supports me on Patreon so I can keep running this program. Let's get straight over to the nuts and bolts of this, which is the actual character sheet and the information related to that, which I should be able to pull up fairly quickly. This is your character sheet. Okay, this character sheet is free. You will find that you should be able to find a link to this down in the description. It has 2 pages, the black and white, and then the color version. And if you fill out one, it fills out the other. So fill out this one, fills out the bottom one. So we're going to put in a few different things here. Right now, we might as well put in Gutterborn scum. Gutterborn scum. That's you. Whoopsies, didn't do that right. Let's try that again. Nope, didn't do that right again. Try again. Okay, got it. Gutterborn scum. Next step along our way. Hopefully you guys are actually writing up something busily in terms of a name for this character. And getting your dice ready, because I'm going to get you to roll a whole bunch of dice. So you'll need to do some dice rolling. When you come to my live streams, expect to work. expect that I won't be doing all the work. You'll be doing some of the work. I'm getting rid of my hat. It is too hot. I will melt and die. I don't want to do that. Hello, Chris. How's the game? How's it go? Sock. You want to call him Sock? Okay, fine. Sock it is. Sock it to you. Sock. We'll call him Sock. Okay, so now what's our next step? Our next step for the Gutterborn scum, you'll see I have a breakdown. I have to actually put this out and lay this out for myself and make sure I get it right. And, ooh, that doesn't look, no, that might be right, actually. Next, we're going to do a description, which is fine, but I want you to actually roll some dice. We have to have a bad birth. Like, that's the deal with this character, is you have a bad birth. So we're going to go hashtag roll a d6 for a bad birth. And then we'll get a feature related to our bad birth. So while you're rolling dice, warm those 6-sided dice, people, up. Warm them up. Get those D10s ready to go, D4s, all that sort of stuff. But D6s you will need. So while you're doing that, I'm going to put in a little statement about our character. And I'm hoping that I've actually transferred this over. No, I haven't. There we go. Okay, I'm in the right place now. Ah, that's the character sheet. You were seeing the top of my head instead. You can still see the top of my head anytime. Okay, so this is going to go into here. So roll in some dice, give me some numbers, and I will fill in the first thing. So an ill star smiled upon your birth. That's all we need. We'll put that in. An ill star smiled on your birth. And that's it. I think poverty and crime. Yeah. Here we go. Followed by poverty. And crime. All right. So, for those of you who are warming up your dice, hopefully, I'm going to have a drink of water. And hopefully we have something coming through. There we go. Chris is in. Hello, Noroak. How are you doing? Noroak is also a patron. Thank you for being here. Chris Broskett, he has rolled a 3. So 3 for our bad birth is raised by rats in the gutters of Griff. Really? Nice. What a lovely start to the construction process. We also have to have a special ability, one special ability. So I'm going to get you to roll for that as well. Hashtag roll a d6 for special come on, specialty ability. Okay, all right, well, while you're rolling dice, I will put in the first entry for our class, which is our bad birth, which was 3. So raised by rats, and the man, having a hard day today. In the gutters of Grift. I think it is Grift. It is correct. Cool. All right. How are we doing with that? Yep, we rolled it. Cool. We got a 2. So now that you've been raised by rats, you rolled a 2. So we have a look at our specialty. And for number 2, we get filthy fingers. So we will put that in. I might actually just list that as the bad birth. Just to ram hold that, you know, your life is not great. And then we've got filthy fingers. Filthy Fingersmith. Okay, filthy Fingersmith. That's what we want to write in here. What does it actually say, though? Let's read it out for you. Your snarky little digits get into pockets and pick locks with a DR8, so that means it's a lot easier for you, quite a lot easier. Agility test. You also begin with lock picks, so you get lock picks to start with. We'll put them over here. All right, one of our starting gear. And we also have a new mechanic, which allows us a much better chance of successfully getting into stuff we should not be getting into. Perfect. What is the next thing we need to do while I'm typing that in? And I will. I'm going to get you to make another decision. We have to get you to roll only one 6-sided dice and multiply that by 10 for your silver. So hashtag roll a d6 for money. Okay. All right. Roll me some roll me a 6-sided dice. I'll multiply that by 10. Okay, and then that will be how much money you have or how much silver you have. Norok, I am currently away from my dice, so I shall say a random number if you like. That's fine. You can say a random number if you like. Unless Chris gets in there first, you never know. Chris might just roll the dice for you and it won't be a problem. So I'm going to fill in the details on this ability here while that's going on. So, pickpockets. Pockets and locks. DR8. Okay. There we go. Got it. It's in. That's our next special ability that we have. If we want to pick pockets, we can do it well. Okay, so we've got a 2 rolled for our money. So we take our 6-sided dice, which we rolled a 2 in this case from Norok, multiply that by 10, we get 20 silver pieces. We do not get a lot to spend. You're poor. You don't have a lot. It's just how it is. Okay, next. Put my glasses back on so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, stealthy. All presence and agility tests have a DR reduced by 2. So in other words, the DR is now 10, not 12. And you have to refer to page 48 for this. This is on page 48. So page 48 to 49 is where the GUTTERBORN SCUM is. And most of the stuff you'll find so far has been on page 48. So we need to deal with that ability. So we'll take this and we will just drop it in and do a little amendment. But basically we can just drop that into here. Paste, presence, agility test, DR10. Okay, so you're a lot better at doing those particular types of tests. That's nice and simple. We've done the money, we've got that. We need to have a water skin, so we'll add a water skin. I need to get you to make some choices while I'm doing this, so we'll get you to roll some more dice. Do we have lots of rats? Well, we'll see. Let's do a hashtag. Hashtag roll a D4 for food. Let's see how much food you have. So somebody pick up a 4-sided dice, roll that dice while I add in these other items, and then we'll go from there. So we get a water skin. And I'll plop that into there. Water skin. No water, you die. So we need to have a water skin. We're going to do the food in a second. We're going to be doing equipment. We get 3 lots of equipment, just as a standard character would. I know for a lot of people, they look at the sheet and they think, oh, hang on, do I actually get that? You get all that stuff, and then you get a bit more if you're playing a class. If you're not playing the class, then you just get the standard stuff on page 18 and 19. But if you're playing a class, it's a bit different. Hello, Derp. How are you doing? Derp has rolled a 3, and so has Chris. So I think that means we have 3 days worth of food, which is good news. And I believe we have Itchy here. Hello, Itchy. How are you? It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yes. Let's go. Food. 3 days. All right. We've done the food. Next. Buzzing our way through here as quickly as we possibly can. I'm going to get you to roll another 6-sided dice for equipment. So just like a standard character, hashtag roll, try not that one, roll a d6 for gear. Most of the time this is what you're carrying something in. So roll a 6-sided dice. That will tell us what sort of gear we get. Now, where are those tables? If I haven't spelled it out and I haven't written it into here, the page number you need to go to is page 19. Page 19 will have both of these. I can add this in here while you guys are rolling dice. I will add in the page number if you like. See, page 19. That's the table that you require, and we'll be doing this in a second as well. But first, let's get that 6-sided dice rolling. And thankfully, Chris is hot on the dice today. First item slot is a pamphlet of the rat. Sure. Right, you rolled a 4. So what is the 4 on the table? D6 table, page 19. You rolled a 4. We get a sack for 10 normal-sized items. So we get a sack. So we'll put a sack in. Okay. 10 items. That's what it can carry. All right, so that's good. Next task, taking my glasses on and off so much, hashtag, roll 2 D12 for equipment. Here we go. All right, Chris, hopefully you got your D12 ready to rock. So roll us it twice. So give us 2 different numbers, because we're going to pick off 2 different tables. On page 19, you'll see there's one table that says a D12, another one that says D12, and you select for the first roll off one, and then on the second one from the other table. Very simple. Norok has rolled us a 4, so let's take the 4, shall we? So we get a magnesium strip. Can I actually type that in between the tiny writing? I do not like it when a book has got tiny writing in it, and I'm then trying to get my glasses on and off because my glasses don't help with that. Yes, my eyes are kind of shite. Okay, so we have a first roll. We need a second roll. So Norok, if nobody else rolls it, I don't have Chris rolling a D12. I need you to roll again. I will need you to roll again. I need another one because we've got another table here. We've got more things to get done here. Hello, Prepare, Cook and Survive. How's it going, Stuart? Hopefully you've got your 12-sided dice ready to rock, because I need a 12-sided dice roll. Still waiting for one. You're making me wait too long, people. I'm so impatient. Okay, what do we got here? Hello, sir. All right, Chris is on. He's on it. He's rolled a 7, and we get a heavy chain, 15 feet. Nice. What are you going to do with that? I don't know. Heavy chain. Throw it through a window. 15 feet. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of stuff, which is great. We've got a few things we can use. So right now we won't work out any of this, what our carrying capacity is, because there's no point. We've got a few other things left to do. Right, next thing. We're going to not be getting an unclean scroll at this point, because that's not what this character gets. This character, unless we rolled on the table, we don't get an unclean scroll. It's sad, I know, but that's life. Okay, so we're going to move on. Unclean scrolls, if you're looking for the unclean scroll or the sacred scrolls, they're on page 35, and you roll a d10 for that, but we don't do this in this case because we didn't get a scroll. We're going to get a weapon though. You're going to roll a 6-sided dice, not a 10-sided dice, but a 6-sided dice, and you get one weapon. I know. Making you jump between different dice. Roll, hashtag roll, a d6 for weapon. It's rapping. Let's try weapon. Weapon. Can I spell it? Okay, that's that. We get one weapon, so roll a 6-sided dice. That will determine what weapon we get, and it is on page 20 to 23, the weapon. So you need to turn to page 20 and 23 for that one. Once we've done our weapon, we will do our armor. Oh, look, that Chris is on it. He's got a 4. What is a 4? So having a look, and I believe it's on page 21 here. Looking for 4 is a knife. We get a knife. Did you want to have a knife? Well, you got one. Knife. Actually, we'll put it in the main box here. Knife. Knife, and it is a damage. Damage is a D4, I believe. Yes, it is. That's it. You don't add anything else to it. It's just D4. Life in the fun lane. There you go. I might actually make that a capital. There we go. Cool. That's our weapon, our knife, our damage for it. Okay, next we need to do armor. Armor is a little bit different. For a GUTTERBORN SCUM, you're going to get to roll a 2-sided dice. I know what you're thinking, people. Roll a D2 for armor. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll a d4, and you just, a 1 or a 2 is a 1, and if you roll a 3 or a 4, that's 2, okay? You cannot roll a 3 or a 4 for your armor. As a Gutterborn Scum, you do not get access to medium armor or heavy armor. You will only get access to no armor, and you can be stark naked, or light armor, maybe, depending on what you roll. So Chris got a 2. Right, so 2 it is. So that means we get leather armor. That could be anything from fur, padded armor, leather armor, something like that. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to go here, and we hit the button on the armor. It says minus D2. So every time we take damage, hit point damage, you're going to roll a 2-sided dice, and that's how much damage you reduce from the damage you take in. I will explain this some other time. That's how it works. So we have light armor. Thank you, Chris. And you can have leather. How's that sound? Leather. Okay, leather. Light leather. It doesn't really matter what you call it, because ultimately it has exactly the same effect. Now, there are no other things attached to your leather armor in terms of what else you might get. There's no special things attached to it other than you reduce your any damage you take by a D2. Okay, that's it. You got tails, Norok. Okay, so we've done our armor. Let's have a look at the next thing. Okay, we're going to roll some ability scores. Now, ability scores are really important because these are the things that allow us to do stuff. We're going to do tests or checks with these. So we're going to have to roll some dice for this. So for our strength, and I will just go hashtag. Where is it? Small. So roll 3 D6 for ability scores. Okay, so I need you to do that a few times. So I need at least you to roll four times. So roll 3 6-sided dice. Give me all the numbers. Do not add them together. I won't count that. You need to give me the numbers so I can explain to people how we're calculating things, because it's not just going to be take 3 6-sided dice, add it together, and that's your ability score, because some of them get adjusted. Because you're small, pathetic, weak, really not very good at things. Norok, you added the numbers together. Give me the numbers separated. Give me the numbers separated. Give me the numbers separated. You know how this works. Tell me the numbers that you've rolled. Chris, the numbers, the 3 numbers that you rolled. Give me the 3 numbers. Don't add them together. Come on, guys. Now, one of the things you'll find here with your Gutterborn Scum is your agility, your presence, your toughness. They are just 3 6-sided dice added together. But I don't want you to add the numbers together. I'll do that. Okay. But because you are small and pathetic, your strength is going to be 3d6 minus 2. So you literally are going to be weaker than you would normally be. Just to rub it in. Doesn't that sound great? Okay, so starting off with our first number, which is going to be strength. And here we go. Fred Hubert has got it. 6, 6, and 5. So we add the 6 together, 2 6s together, it's 12. Add the 5, that becomes 17. But minus 2 because you're weak and pathetic. Okay, 17 becomes a 15. But that's not the number we actually add in here. Okay, with your ability scores and stuff like that, if you go to page, now which page is it? I believe it is it's 48? No. It's under the ability scores, and I believe, yes, there we go. Page 26. I haven't actually entered it here, so you know which page to go to. So I think I should probably put that in. See page 26. I thought I had all this stuff in here. Okay, so going to page 26, you'll see when you get a score, you need to, don't put the score number in there. I'm just doing that just to show you. Okay, we got a 17 total. 2 6s and a 5 came to 17. Take away 2 comes to 15. Then we look up the 15. The 15 represents a plus 2. So we actually write the modifier. The modifier is the only number that's really important ultimately for most of the things that we do. Okay, Chris, thank you for separating things. So you got a 6, a 3, and a 1. That comes to 10. Perfect. There's no adjustment for agility. So a 10, 9 to 12 is 0. So we just type 0 in here. Add 0. Okay. Now, next one, presents. Norok has rolled a 5, a 2, and a 4. So that comes to a grand total of 11. So 11, we take that number for our presence and we look it up, and it's still going to be a 0 modifier because that's what we have. Page 26 is where it is. Toughness. Fred Huber has rolled us a 5, a 5, and a 4. We get a 14. So 3 to 4, 14 is a +1. So we get a +1 in our toughness. Okay, that's the modifier for it. Cool, we've got all that in. That's most of our major bits and pieces that we need to deal with. Next, with our Gutterborn scum, we are going to need to grab a few other things. We need to do our hit points. So for hit points, you have to roll a 6-sided dice and add your toughness. So I'm going to get you to do that now. Hashtag. Roll a d6 for hit points. Hit points, here we go. All right, roll me a 1 6-sided dice. That's it, just 1 6-sided dice. We're starting at the very beginning. And your toughness modifier is the number that we put it in here. Remember? So our toughness is a +1 because we had a 14 in toughness. So the modifier is a +1. So once you have pumped that in, I will add our hit points into the character sheet. Oh, look, Chris got a 4. Okay, so 4 plus toughness means our maximum. Start with a 4, toughness is +1, becomes a 5, just like so. Which means our current hit points are 5. Cool, that's the hit points done. Next, you can carry a certain number of items. So how does that get worked out? It's very simple. You can carry 8 normal items plus your strength. Now, it's not your strength score, it's your strength modifier. So it's not very much. You don't get to carry very much, okay? Our strength modifier is a 2, so we could carry 10 items. 10 items is exactly as how much we can carry with the sack as well. So we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll just cross these ones so you won't be able to use these slots. So we can buy 4 more items and then we'll be out of space. Okay, so that's our items. That's how we figure out how it works. Either the sack gives us just straight 10, which is great if you're not very strong, but in this case we're relatively strong, so we wind up with 10 anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. You're going to roll a D2, and we'll do that in a second. Hashtag. Roll a D2 for omens. Omens allow us to do things with our dice. When we're doing a dice roll or a dice test, we get to do stuff with them. And for a Gutterborn scum, they might get 1, they might get 2. So for a D2, if you roll a 4-sided dice, roll 1 or 2 and you get a 1. And if you roll a 3 or a 4, you get 2. Okay? Bacon. Be good luck getting bacon. You want to buy bacon. He's already jumped to the let's buy equipment thing. I see where you're going with this. A bell. Okay, all right, people. Understand. 2. So we get 2 omens. Okay, 2 omens. Done. All right, so we're going to buy some stuff. And since the chappies have already sort of jumped and said, okay, let's get buying some bits and pieces, I will type that in. We've got 2 items already bought. Hashtag. What gear, what gear do we buy? All right, now I will tell you what there is, but there are a few people who have already bought some stuff because they've done this before. Okay, page 25 is where you want to be. On page 25, you'll find all the equipment, weapons, services, all that sort of stuff. It's all listed there. Nice and simple. So, did somebody say bacon? Bacon. I don't think we've got bacon on here. I'm going to just put it down as food. You can have bacon, that's fine. Bacon. There you go. You filled up one slot with bacon. A bell, I believe. I don't think we've got a bell on here, so I'm just going to just chuck it in there. Bell. Try bell, Fred. Bell. Bell. Rope. You want rope? You can have rope. Rope. One more item. A package of pamphlets. What? you guys are just making stuff up now. All right. Okay, fine. Let me read this stuff out. I know you always say bacon, and I'm, of course, going to take advantage of that and exploit it against you because that's what I do. Let me read out the equipment list, okay? Because we have pretty much filled up our character with a whole lot of stuff. Well done. So on page 25, you have the equipment list. It gives you what you can buy, okay? It also states the silver pieces it costs to get that item. So you can have a backpack, you can have a bear trap, you can have a blanket, caltrops, chalk, chewing tobacco, crowbar, crucifix silver or crucifix wooden, depending on how much we want to spend, dried fruit, exquisite perfume, fire steel for starting fires, grappling hook, a hammer, heavy chain, we've already got one, iron nails, a ladder, lamp or lantern oil, lard, that's just basically fat, large iron hook, lock picks, we've got those, magnesium strip, which I believe we already have too, and then manacles, mattress, meat cleaver, medicine box, metal file, mirror, muzzle, noose, oil lamp, and then we have a poison. You can have the black one or the red one. A preserved corpse if you're really stupid and want to carry a corpse around with you. Rope, which we've got. Small wagon, tent, toolbox, torch, sack, salt. We've got a sack. Scissors, scroll, and that's not like a magical scroll, by the way. The unclean and sacred scrolls are the magical stuff. A sharp needle, water skin, which we already have. And then you can also get on top of that, if you would like, weapons. You can buy things like the battle axe, bow, club, crossbow, flail, femur, hand axe, knife, mace, the short bow, short sword, sling, staff, sword, or hammer, whip, I cannot pronounce it, I'm not going to try. You can get arrows and bolts if you want. There are services, which I won't go over. You can buy armor. Well, actually, you can repair armor. That's not true. You can't actually buy armor. I just realized this is repair armor. Okay, and then we have beasts. You can buy beasts like a dog or a trained dog, wild dog, horse, mule, and rat. Yes, you could have a rat. Somebody had said, can we have a rat? I'll let you buy a rat. Somebody made the joke, we're going to get a rat, right? Yeah, you can have a rat. You're not going to have to carry the rat. I think the rat will follow you around. Okay? I'm sure I remember somebody saying, I would like to have a rat. And that's 8 gold pieces. So you just spent a whole bunch of your money. Well done. No, you don't get your rat for free. Okay, next. We had a lockpick, which we don't have to buy. Water skin we got automatically. The sack we didn't have to get. The magnesium strip we just got, if I remember right. And heavy chain we got as well. Bacon. I'm not going to charge you for bacon. I should charge you for food, shouldn't I? Really? Should be charging you for food. Dried food. Yeah, there we go. 1 silver. Yeah, you can lose another one. There's your bacon. Deduct. Dry food, 1 day. And then we also had a bell. There's not a bell here, so I don't know what to charge you for that. So I'm just going to charge you one silver. I'm your game master. Rope. You wanted rope. That's 4 silver. So take off another little bit of gold here. It's 10 to 6. And pamphlets. I'm not going to charge you for pamphlets. I don't know what that would be. A rat. We've already done. You still got 6 silver left. So you're not completely destitute. And you've got your gear. You are a gutterborn scum ready to take on the world. Probably die miserably in the gutter with nobody caring who you are and even remembering your name. Because your name is Sock. Okay, sounds wonderful. Did anybody enjoy that process? I know I did. This was rather entertaining. I was talking way too fast. And if I've done this so quickly and stuttered and mumbled and so forth, and I did not explain anything properly, please let me know, and I will actually rectify that problem, okay? Because to be fair, making a character for MORK BORG or MORK BORG is really quite fun. It's rather entertaining, and doing it on a live stream, I can't take it seriously in the slightest. I just can't do it. The rat's name is Riot. You want a femur? Somebody wants a bone. You want a femur? You're going to smack somebody with a femur. You could probably... Oh, it's worthless. Oh, you can have a femur if you had space, but you don't. You have got nowhere else to carry it. So there's no femur today. You're going to have to figure it out. Can you explain the sack? Does that mean we get more items? No, it doesn't. What the sack means is, okay, so you understand what you're dealing with here. The sack means instead of carrying 8 plus your strength modifier worth of items, you can carry just 10. And that would include the sack, more than likely. Okay? The sack is just, it's a good question. It really is. So when you get the sack, whether you buy the sack or whether you get given the sack as starting gear, the sack is just a standard number of gear, because quite often you'll find your strength modifier might be 0 or even a negative, which means you wouldn't get more than about 8 items or maybe even less than that you can carry. But with a sack, it gives you more items you can carry, as long as they are normal size items. Normal size items would not be a ladder. A ladder is not a normal sized item, okay? So you couldn't shove a ladder in there unless it's a very, very small ladder, like this big. So the idea behind the sack is it just gives you a set number of carrying capacity rather than doing an equation. Does that make sense? Yes, a sack could be used to to shove stuff in there, but it doesn't mean that you get 8 plus your strength modifier and then an additional 10 items because you have a sack. I love how crazy MORK BORG's characters, they are absolutely insane. They really are. Agreed. What do you got here, Norok? Quick character creation is a must. You don't have to have backups ready. Yeah. No, I just played the same character, frankly. I just changed the name. Sock number 2. This is the fun of playing this game. You just do it real quick. You get going. Somebody had put down a grappling hook. We ran out of money and space to carry it, so we won't worry about it. If a game system doesn't have bacon and bombs under their equipment section, then it is flawed. Okay, so just get the book. Burn it. It does suggest that if things go badly for you, you just burn the book. Don't need the book at all. Whatever you want to do, man. If the system doesn't have bacon or bombs in it, don't play that game. Of course, makes sense. All right, so that was very fast. What are we doing next week in terms of character creation? For those of you who at least found this mildly amusing and hopefully educational enough that you'll be able to build a character yourself without getting confused, we're going to build a esoteric hermit. Now, an esoteric hermit is one of the classes that is a spellcaster. We haven't really had a spellcaster yet. The Fanged Deserter, which we did last week, and the GUTTERBORN SCUM, neither of these are spellcasters. They might wind up being spellcasters, but they're not intrinsically built in that they get a scroll, which means you can cast spells. But the Esoteric Hermit is a spellcaster, and they do absolutely get a scroll. And you can pick a sacred one or an unclean one. And I'm going to do that next week, okay? Until we finally get to the very end of all the different classes for MORK BORG, and we're done. So I'm going to disappear, go and do something else with my time, come back, and tomorrow we're going to do Shadow Dark. For those of you who want to do a bit more rules demonstration or want a bit more rules demonstration on Shadow Dark, that's what I'll be covering tomorrow. And the end of the week, we will crack into the Wizard, and I'll try hopefully remaster or finish the remastering of the Wizard for Dungeons & Dragons 5e. But tomorrow, Shadow Dark, basic combat. Okay, let me get out of here. So huge thank you to everybody, particularly my patrons who support me on Patreon. I really do appreciate it. I would also like to thank Prepare, Cook and Survive. Stuart, who provided me with the book, who sent it to me, and we have many, many weeks left of fun building characters for this insane rule system, and probably demonstrations on the game system if I can remember how to do that. I don't know, we'll see. Those of you who've been taking part in the poll, thank you very much for doing so. And all of you who've been watching and listening, really do appreciate it. It makes a big difference. I particularly would like to not just highlight the fact that the patrons make it possible for me to keep doing this program and building characters for different systems. I really want to thank those of you who are actually in the comments section who have subscribed. Okay, whether you're a patron or not, the fact that Noroak was providing feedback and information, making decisions, Chris Broskett, I believe it is, Fred Huber, Derp, asking really good question there, was really smart. It probably needed to be covered at some point and explained because I didn't necessarily cover it in the past. And yeah, anybody who was in the chat today, I really do appreciate it. And I believe we also had, I'm sure we had Prepare, Cook and Survive, Neil. Maybe I was just, oh, Itchy, that's right, I almost forgot Itchy. We can't forget Itchy, and Prepare, Cook and Survive wasn't here. I knew it. I knew I got it right. Okay, so wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, the night, or the wee early morning, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Remember, it's all right to get up to a little bit of mischief. Be nice to your neighbours. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.